Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more Rebel Inc. Escalation official scenarios. Corporate development is a bit weird. It's kind of like playing as the development director on steroids. We're not going to be able to buy a single civilian initiative. Instead, we have to rely on hired experts to build up our region zone by zone, and then rely on private military contractors in order to keep the insurgents at bay long enough for us to get some sort of a peace deal. A little bit bizarre, and I'd say it's tricky to figure out the balance on this one, but we can do it. We're gonna be playing on Saffron Fields. Why go for a hard map right now? I just want to show off how this is gonna work. It says that we don't have any choice in our governor, and that's true. We're technically playing as the board of directors, but again, think of it as the development director. I think tax collector is quite strong on this one. We'll be able to get a lot of money as we stabilize zones. Chef is actually pretty good, and then logistics expert at least is reasonable, so we'll give that one a go. All right, Mega Brutal, we don't get to name this one. It is called Decker Hamilton, whether I like it or not. We won the contract to stabilize the region. No access to civilian initiatives, hire the multiple experts to roll out zone by zone. As far as where we're going to place our HQ, I think it's got to be here or here, because ideally the insurgents are going to get contained in this general region with 3 coalition soldiers for most of the game. If that does not happen, you're probably doomed. We'll try placing it right there. We're going to go for a couple levels of early intelligence. And that's because I need to get intel going as quick as I can, because we can't place any of our experts unless we have intel on the region. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and hire up at least one team, place them on the HQ, and just like the development director, they're going to start spending money in order to roll out initiatives. We can get a second team and start going for another group, like let's say right here, and we need to keep these guys in the same position for as long as possible, because if we want to stave off the lack of stability reputation loss, we need at least 1 or 2 zones to stabilize nice and early. So these guys are going to stay right here until they are good and green. Going for PR and media office will at least help with that as they roll out these initiatives. They do tend to prioritize based on what people seem to want. We need to get some military units, and just like with the development director, they are more expensive, so that's certainly going to be a concern. We can try fishing for any of the enemy camps. Sometimes it's over here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's in a mountain. The fact that I'm not seeing one anywhere yet scares me. I might actually have to go over here. Ah, darn it, they did go to this city. All right. That's actually probably good enough for a restart right now. I know that sounds cowardly, but like, for real, if you want to just have a good time at this, don't let them spawn in this area of the map. It's really hard to get them contained, and there are too many cities all close together. Don't even do it. It's not worth, trust me. Just keep respawning until they get where you want them. Now, see, that's more like it. I moved my soldiers up here and immediately found one of their camps. Excellent. So now, if there's another camp over here somewhere, we need to find it and kind of siphon them off to the east. I'm going to move these guys over here so they can't go to the west while I wait for a second coalition soldier, then run up over there and try to push them across this bridge. We need $14 to run that. All right. Camp's probably right here based on where that group just spawned. I thought I had $14. Never mind. We just apparently spent it. Gosh dang it, you guys are too effective at rolling out initiatives. Too effective, I tell you. Now, here's a fun fact about coalition soldiers. Because they are private military contractors, they actually do not need reputation in order to keep them around. Instead, we are going to be paying them lots and lots of money. There's their camp over here, actually. Okay. So getting 3 coalition soldiers is actually not that bad of a thing. We need to get over here and save our experts because they're currently about to be murdered. There we go. Go ahead and fight off over that. We'll keep these guys for here now, but we want to get rid of that camp if we can and push them a bit more. We are going to arrest a warlord. That's fine. What else do we want to do? Let's go for some anti-corruption. Now, that may seem weird because corruption doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. In fact, it's fairly low right now. But I'll tell you right now, we are going to have problems with corruption for sure. Because we'll eventually get some upgrades for our experts, including the ability to start spending corruption instead of money to roll out additional initiatives. That's a bit of an issue because once you have 4 or 5 experts all rolling out extra corruption, you just get absolutely obliterated by them. So you gotta try to avoid that if you can. All right, we've stabilized a zone. Let's go ahead and move these guys over here. We found a camp. I would like to get rid of it, but I'm not sure that I can. We may have to rely on airstrikes for this. Or, of course, get ourselves a 3rd military unit. I would prefer to do that, frankly. Now we have to move over here, unfortunately, defend the HQ once again. Yeah, we probably can't take that out on our own. We're going to need to get an airstrike. Let's do that now. Blow it up. Thank you. What's this? I don't know. Somehow these guys have managed to get over here. This is where having a third coalition soldier is usually preferable. I would much rather have that, but so far that has not happened. I want to move my experts, but first we got to get the military units out of here. Get these guys once again kicked out. These guys should be happy. We can move them over to a different city and start rolling out initiatives. You know what? Go ahead and keep your camp. Maybe that will encourage the game not to spawn new camps on this side of the map. Maybe. I don't know. Can we get that third coalition soldier? Yes, we can. And we'll have some more national soldiers on our side in just a little bit. These guys should hopefully get forced over across the river. And then we can start pushing forward over here and prevent these guys from having too many joined up zones, ideally. Let's get the national soldiers in a position where they'll be able to reinforce. We're going to have to keep the coalition soldiers in place. These guys are not going where I want. We need them to retreat here so they have a way to go to the east instead of running over here and causing issues. Controlled retreat, man. We learned this about the tank scenario. Controlled retreat. There we go. Now we can start working on some of this. Get rid of that camp. Boom. Okay. All of a sudden, we're in a much, much, much better position. Let's go ahead and push up over here. And what else do we want to do with our money? I think we go ahead and get strategic communications plus some more corruption reduction. We should probably train up some additional national soldiers if we can, though they're not absolutely crucial because, again, we don't have to spend reputation to keep the coalition soldiers. And 3, for the most part, will be able to keep me afloat for a while. Let's go ahead and get that foreign relations office before this the money gets spent and we start losing stuff. These guys are looking pretty stable. How are we doing as far as reputation? The lack of stability is starting to hurt. All the more reason we really need to get another zone figured out as quick as we can. But I really can't go much faster than I already have been. And I think I'm going to leave these guys kind of where they are, unless we want to try pushing up into the mountains like this and keep these guys at bay. Which I guess I could do. I really don't want them to have more than 4 zones connected at any given time. Sure, question mark. That might be good. Let's get garrisons. That would help a lot. Depending on where it's placed, right over here. Sure, that's an okay spot if I can get some money together. Yeah, garrison right here will be fine. The airstrike should help me win this. You are going to do a long extension once I get my money together. Unless, of course, we want to let them do a negotiation. We'll go ahead and do that. They give me some funds. I lose some reputation. We lose a soldier. I've got the money, though, so let's go for that long extension. We are going to keep these guys out of the mountains. And I'm going to keep these guys here for a bit and just let this one coalition soldier keep them together. So that's 4 joined zones. That's not too much insurgent activity. What's killing me right now is the fact that I still don't have enough stability. Maybe I should have gone for that advisor after all, but here comes another zone. Thank God for that. So that will hopefully fix a little bit of the problem. Let's get over here and actually protect this quick. Can we get over here and assist? I don't want to lose this garrison. It's getting a little bit close for comfort. Here comes another coalition soldier. And, all right, the lack of stability is back down to 0.01. All right, reasonable. And by the time that starts getting back up, we'll have a 4th zone good and ready to go. Let's get some intelligence going. I don't think we need human terrain systems, though. I do want to get just the ability to run into a new zone if we just lose intelligence. I think at this point we start focusing on things like the corruption reduction, or we could start getting some upgrades for our experts, and such things would include, let's say, contract review, which gets me some money but then increases the rehiring cost and training time. That doesn't bother me. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Other options include movement speed, rolling out initiatives faster, which is okay, except it costs me more money, and I can't necessarily do that. And then here's the corruption that I definitely can't afford right now. Let's see. I could start training up some more national soldiers, and I think that's going to be the way to go. Just have lots of boots on the ground. Lots of boots on the ground so that these guys don't become a problem. I'm leaving them in their camp specifically so that nothing else spawns. Let's threaten and try to get some of our reputation back. There's a camp right here. I can't allow that to stay, so let's go ahead and move you. Also, we need reinforcements. These guys appear to be struggling a little bit. But we'll have some reinforcements and support over here in just a minute, so that's fine. We'll get rid of this camp in the meantime. They have more zones connected. I'd like to get rid of that, but first we have to take care of you. A garrison right here is certainly going to help with that. Subtle pressure again, sure. And now we would like to push you forward, get rid of these connected zones so we don't have too much insurgent activity, then supply the support we're looking for. Never mind, hold up. These guys just push off. Annoying little boogers. Let's go for combat reinforcements so my garrisons are more effective, and tell you what, we'll go ahead and push you over here. How's that? These guys will just die. That'll work. Yeah, why not? They're just going to have to die. All right, there's the reinforcements I was looking for. That should bring the insurgent activity back down to something reasonable, and we will control that zone. Move you here. Now, I wish that I could build out things like... Ooh, we completely missed that. I wish I could build out such things as roads deliberately. That would obviously make my life a bit easier, but we cannot do that. We're going to do a long extension, just costs us money, but this is where the tax collector starts to become powerful. We're getting extra income as we stabilize zones, which means I can keep these coalition soldiers around for a lot longer. Let's go ahead and place you over here, and now remember, I cannot place military units wherever the experts are located, because then they refuse to work. So as much as I'd love to have reinforcements here, that's not going to be an option. And actually that gets a bit tricky, because there comes a point where you have military units all over the map, and you can't let these guys keep spawning, but you don't want to send your experts into harm's way. So you're going to have to literally go for a peace deal once you have enough soldiers to cover every uncontrolled zone. Now let's go ahead and get ourselves a third expert team. That increases my corruption by a lot, but oh well. Let's move you over there. Let's move you over here. And we're going to start stabilizing 3 zones at a time now. Another cover up, bit risky, but we'll take it. And keep the rules unchanged is fine. What else do we want to do? More soldiers? Probably not. Universal justice will help a little bit. It's not super important, but whatever. Might as well get some extra stability and kind of stabilize these zones a smidge faster. At this point, we should be fine. As long as we are making enough bank to keep our coalition soldiers, there should be absolutely no danger. We can win this. And because we didn't get rid of all the camps, the game should not spawn another camp. Or if they do, they're going to prioritize placing it in one of these zones they already control. We're not going to have a random camp spawn like, let's say, over here, which would obviously be very annoying and potentially even disastrous. And these coalition soldiers aren't going to cost me a ton of money because I have the chef. And it turns out people are willing to work longer hours, months away from home, if the food is good. Crazy, right? Some of these zones I wasn't even working on have actually stabilized. That's kind of fun. Okay. What else over here? Threaten again? Sure. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more reputation. Let's see. Let's go for heavier ordnance. Let's go for travel logistics in case I need it. And yeah, we're just going to kind of sit back for a little bit. Systematically working through this. Now, this is where I need some serious money, and I'm not seeing a lot of serious money, so I'm a bit concerned about that. Please tell me we can get up to $11 right now. There we go. That's the only risk, the only real risk at this point. Now, we can assist with our money issues if we were to go for the unofficial procurement. But before we do that, I really want to get a lot more... Oops, we need $11 again. I want to get a lot more corruption reduction before that becomes a huge problem. Okay, still not $11. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, that got close. Really close. We made it. Haha, woo. Almost lost that guy. Almost lost that soldier. This is where having 3 teams becomes dangerous. 3 expert teams simply means that you are spending several more dollars per second. It's risky, dang it. It's really risky, but we're all right so far. Even if we do lose one of these, it's not a huge deal. Let's go for some more of that corruption reduction. Keep that nice and low. How are we looking over here? Struggling a little bit. How are we looking over here? About done. Let's move you here. Okay, we are probably about ready to start moving in for the kill. Significant concern over a lack of education. These guys should automatically prioritize that. Now is the point where I think we go ahead and start pushing. We'll let these guys... Nope, they're not going to cross the bridge. Fine. Move you over here. Get some reinforcements. Let's start pushing them back a bit further. We probably don't need to hire up any more soldiers than what I've already got at this point. I could just let these guys leave, but why? Coalition soldiers are always stronger, right? I don't really care where these guys are, and I don't need to get any more expert teams. Turns out I didn't need to go down the corruption route at all, and we're otherwise looking sort of fine. There are other upgrades you can get. For example, experts can improve adjacent zones, which sounds great until you realize that means you're spending even more money. So if that's the thing you're looking for, hey, great, go for it. I'm certainly not. I don't really care about this, no, and effective procurement at this point is probably too little too late. I guess we'll roll out initiatives a smidge faster, sure. Why are we not winning this fight? I do not know. Ambushes from wheat fields. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this because who cares? That'll start getting me some strength back. I'm going to tighten the rules a little bit. We are going to take the 20% chance. Okay, that's a stable zone. A garrison over here would be helpful. There we go. We're making a fair bit of money thanks to that tax collector, by the way. Very, very helpful. Oh, that cover-up did not work. All right. Then, with these guys under control, we pull back, move some experts forward, and there we go. All right, found a camp that was apparently located right here. We're going to go ahead and destroy that. I want to prioritize elections, but it does take a lot of money to do that. Looks like we can barely afford it, though. Okay. Trying to attack me over here. Still not working. Let's go ahead and start pushing forward a bit more. So I need to get one more soldier, and I need to stabilize this zone. That would allow me to go for a peace deal and have no insurgents on the map. We're going to try to talk to him. Let's go ahead and start making progress on this. Let's get our last national soldier, so I'll be able to cover every bit of ground on the map. And I'm a bit worried about these guys spawning behind my lines over here if we're not careful, but we'll see what happens. We will go for the full elections, 10% chance. Did not happen. Let's go for the imprisonment, get the extra reputation going for me. Again, there's really nothing to do with these guys, hence why I didn't go for even more experts. Let's go for full reform of women's rights. Let's go for another long extension. I need to keep all these units on the map, otherwise we're gonna have to start using the experts, and that just slows me down a lot further. Okay, so far so good. We're trying to fight over this. Can I go for heavier ordnance? No, we can go for, let's say, some drones as well as some stronger airstrikes. This zone apparently is going to take a very long time to stabilize. That's unfortunate. Found another camp. Wow. All right. Yeah, let's be ready for the possibility of a camp spawning right on top of these guys if these camps are gone. The game will like to do that. It's always looking for a place to put down new insurgents if you don't give them an opportunity to do so. All right, let's go for this. We're going to do another long extension. And if we can kill out this group... Oh, a new Air Force will certainly help. Then we can accept a peace deal. So let's say international air forces remain indefinitely. We're very close. And these guys just left this zone, which is hilarious. Unfortunately, we did not get some extra reinforcements, but the drone is certainly going to help. Let's go ahead and get a combat booster. Oh, and we're attacked over here. All right, that is not what I was expecting, but okay. Hold up. We can push over here. We can clear this out. We need to save our experts. Unfortunately, it's taking me a little while to get these guys in position. Gosh dang it, this is going to require basically a giant reset of all my units. That's annoying. And again, this is where it would have been really nice. This would have been very nice to have some roads or something, you know? Garrison right here will help a little bit. Okay, we're going to keep these guys trapped, protect my experts, don't let them die. And now we have to do this all over again. Gosh dang. All right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and jump forward because at this point you know exactly what's about to happen. There we go. This is more what I have been looking for the first time. Please tell me another camp isn't going to freaking spawn. Let's just go ahead and accept a peace deal. I should mention there are at least a couple other modifiers I didn't talk about that I don't think really impact your ability to play this scenario. For example, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. Hang on, where is it? Is it this one? This one? Yeah, population treats all actions with suspicion. For every initiative and soldier we pick up, hostility increases, which does make it a little bit harder to piece out an area. So the more initiatives you have, the harder it is to stabilize. But honestly, it doesn't really change what you need to do. Who cares how hostile they are? All you're trying to do is buy time and then just beat the snot out of them. Let's go ahead and agree to that peace deal. And the peace deal is complete, which means it didn't cost me any reputation because there are no more insurgents on the map. So everything is going to stabilize. And weirdly enough, a private company was able to stabilize a war-torn region. And we did so with only 3 experts and without having to rely heavily on the corruption. 105,000 score. Wow, that's actually a pretty darn good score. I'm happy with that. Fun scenario. Weird, but fun. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.